relive one of the great moments of playoffs past.
What tremendous heroics we have had in Game 5. Hold on, folks.
Irvin, Magic Johnson. Barkley for three. Oh, no! Inside he comes. Reverse slam jam.
Killer crossover.
Bird at the buzzer. Oh, my.
Here's Isaiah.
What a remarkable play by Bowman.
Unbelievable. Oh, a spectacular move by Michael.
We tip off with the action reel, and the Boston Celtics are flying high, even without their grounded Bird. Larry's out with back trouble, but Boston's finding ways to win without him. And this week, the Atlantic Division leading Knicks were hearing Celtic footsteps.
Rebound, McHale. Kevin again. Tries again. Got it.
It was McHale to the rescue again as Boston beat the Bucks for their fourth straight victory.
3 on the shot clock. Kevin has to take it. Makes it.
While Boston's goal is first place, the Nets are just hoping to hang on to a playoff spot. This week, they collided head-on with another playoff hopeful, Atlanta. But Stacey Augmon soared over Jersey and lifted the Hawks to victory.
Graham. That could be the ball game right there.
Friday night's game was a lot more enjoyable for Bill Fitch as the Nets blew out the formidable Cavs.
He'll take that shot all day. Watch out.
But the Nets came down to earth in a hurry in their rematch with Atlanta. The Hawks once again took to the skies as they destroyed New Jersey by 20 and moved up in the Eastern Conference standings.
This win by the Hawks will put them into a tie with New Jersey.
But both the Nets and Hawks could feel the heat breathing right down their necks as Glenn Rice in Miami refused to fold.
A lead for Rice ahead of the field with a hook shot slam dunk. The first ever 40-point game for Glenn Rice.
While Miami turns up the heat in the East, Seattle's breaking out in the West as they notch their fifth straight win.
After Nate bluffs the three, steers it into the lane, picks up the dribble. Great delivery to Kemp for the two-handed jam. The Sonics have simply riddled this Phoenix Sun defense.
The Sonics were smiling until they got to Portland, where their late season drive hit a dead end. Seattle found their trail blocked by the Blazers as Portland moved closer to clinching the best record in the West.
Porter, hard to the basket, spins it in. Oh, what a shot by Terry.
They stopped Seattle cold, but the Blazers couldn't handle another hot team, Larry Brown's LA Clippers. Closing in on their first playoff spot since 1976, the Clips took a giant step when they knocked off Portland.
Doc Rivers. Young for three.
But staring them right in the face are Akeem Olajuwon and the rejuvenated Houston Rockets.
Kenny Smith flips some court to Thornton. What a pass.
Behind Otis Thorpe and Olajuwon, the Rockets beat the T-Wolves to take over the 8th and final Western Conference playoff spot. And since his return, Akeem's been making it look easy.
When he's out there on the floor, a lot of things happen for us, mainly on defense. You know, he's back there intimidating, blocking shots, and getting some rebounds for us. And on the offensive end, it's just another guy on the block that does fantastic things down there for us and make things happen.
While the Rockets' playoff hopes ride high with Akeem, we find out in our news, notes, and quotes that the Spurs are awaiting the return of their man in the middle.
It's hard to watch. It's like you want to go and pick them up, but you can't. One comforting thing that they feel is that it's not going to be too long.
We feel in our hearts that we're going to win the first round, whoever we play. The second round come, Big Dave's going to be back and we carry us to the championship series.
In the playoff race, the Pistons beat the Knicks 72-61 in the lowest scoring game in 37 years.
61 points, a low for the season in the NBA.
Breaking new ground instead of an old record are Chicagoans, who began construction on their new Dream Arena.
It's more than a stadium. It's jobs, it's pride, it's a rebuilding of the neighborhood.
It's about vision, about video, about the progress of what sports has become an entertainment industry.
Looking to fit into the future plans of the Dallas Mavericks is rookie Mike Iuzzolino. But for most second-round picks, reality is a seat on the bench.
I went from the end of the bench, sitting at the end of the bench for the first 25, 30 games, and I'm now coming into a starting role due to the injuries.
When the Mavs' heralded backcourt went down with injuries, Iuzzolino sensed that it was his time.
I prepared myself hard for the opportunity, and when it came, I just tried to take advantage of it.
Iuzzolino seized the chance.
Iuzzolino for three.
As he has made the most of his playing time. by shattering the mark for three-pointers by a Maverick rookie.
I always thought that I was a pretty good three-point shooter and I had some range. And I thought if I could do that on a consistent basis, then I'd be able to play at this level.
It seems like Iuzzolino's here to stay.
Oh, nice runner along the baseline from Iuzzolino.
Nice pass, Iuzzolino. Sure having an outstanding second half of the season, getting some playing time and making the most of it.
As I get more confidence and get more playing time at this level, that I'm going to be able to stick around and be a good guard in this league.
Coming up next, we'll profile the Cleveland Cavaliers' priceless point guard.
I didn't have the ability a lot of other players had, so I had to work hard.
And hang on as we count down the top 10 plays of the week.
A little tall, look at
this. This week, the priceless floor leader of the Cleveland Cavaliers is holding court. Standing just under 6 feet tall and possessing a choir boy face, Mark Price doesn't seem to fit the image of a basketball star. But when Mark was playing for Georgia Tech, his teammates and opponents would soon find out that looks can be deceiving.
Short little guy, walk around campus, look like all the little rest of the white guys on campus, but then when he gets on court, he goes with this mammoth, awesome scoring machine.
Price ultimately became the Yellow Jackets' second all-time leading scorer. But the NBA scouts were not impressed, and Mark wasn't drafted until the second round. Even then, the Cavs seemed unsure of his ability and restricted his playing time. In fact, the next season, Cleveland used its lottery pick on another point guard, Kevin Johnson, forcing Price to fight for the starting job.
Price down to the circle, into the air, beats to Sanders, burning. He's got Elo ahead of him. Price pull-up shot left to the circle, book it.
Had he had one off day or one inconsistent outing, I would have ended up taking his job. But he was so consistent that I could not get any closer to that starting position.
The thing that I saw with Mark was I saw that determination, I saw that fire, that the guy wasn't going to settle for second best.
Behind Price, the team began to click, and their potential seemed enormous. But on November 20th, 1990, the Cavs' promising future and Mark's bright career both took a gloomy turn.
I felt my knee kind of go two different directions, and I thought, I've never felt that before. It didn't feel too good, you know, and it wasn't until I got back to Cleveland and the doctors examined me and told me that I'd torn it, my anterior cruciate. Originally, the first thing that goes through your mind is, I'm finished, I'm not going to be able to play basketball again. You know, I started out just riding a stationary bike and, you know, walking up a step or two, lifting a 5-pound weight. And I'm thinking, I'm doing this stuff and I'm supposed to be playing basketball in a year. You know, there's no way.
But Price found a way to overcome his biggest challenge yet. By the first week of this season, he was back in the Cavs lineup.
At the guards, and boy, it's sure nice to say this, Mark Price will start at guard tonight. Bounce on the right side to Price, goes into the lane, flips it up and in. Mark Price with his first basket in almost a year.
His desire stronger than ever. Price recaptured his all-star form.
Basket hooks it up and in with the right hand.
Now that Price is right, so are the Cavs. And together, they've once again taken their place among the NBA's elite.
Every coach in the league knows how good he is, especially now. And they also know that once he came back healthy, that we would be a team to be reckoned with.
Doherty moves into the lane, back out to Price, the three in the air. Good! Price drills a three!
Price and the Cavs have been in many battles, but none more memorable than a magic moment in the 1989 playoffs, where Cleveland battled Chicago for 5 grueling games. And it became clear that this series would be decided in the final seconds.
6 seconds left. Elo looks. Elo into Nance. Back to Elo. He drives. He scores! Elo drove it right down the wing and scores!
I made a shot, but we left 3 seconds on the clock, and they have Michael Jordan.
There's an old quote that shot that people heard around the world, and they heard that shot.
The inbounds pass comes into Jordan. Here's Michael at the foul line. A shot on Elo. Good! The Bulls win it! They win it!
It actually came down to him one-on-one with me, and he just hit the shot. We went up together, but I came down first. I remember seeing Michael go up for the shot and watching Craig Elo go from the one side across Michael's body all the way to the other side, with Michael still in the air and releasing the ball.
Michael Jordan with 44 points in a game hit the shot over Craig Elo. What tremendous heroics we have had in Game 5.
I don't know, we try and try, but it is just hard to stop that guy.
Over the years, Jordan has proven to be a truly unstoppable playoff performer. In fact, he holds the record for most points scored in a playoff game. But does Michael Jordan also possess the highest scoring average in one playoff series? The answer when we return here on NBA Action. And now the answer to this week's trivia question. The player with the highest scoring average in one playoff series is Jerry West, who averaged an amazing 46.3 points per game in the 1965 Western Division Finals, leading the Lakers over the Baltimore Bullets in 6 games. On fire here and now is the Timberwolves' Pooh Richardson. Kicking his scoring into overdrive, Pooh averaged 20 points a game this week.
Nice job, Richardson for 3. That's good.
And with his heads-up play and uncanny passing, Pooh was doing it all, dishing out 15 assists twice in the same week. Portland's Terry Porter was on top of his game, which is sticking the outside jumper.
Porter, now that's what you want to see Porter do. Terry Porter.
Time after time, Porter made his connection.
Porter, dial long distance. It's answered.
Versus the Clippers, Porter reversed the charges before getting the call at his familiar spot against the Spurs.
Another 3 for Porter, his 5th of the game.
Super 6-man Detlef Schrempf flexed some of his muscle this week as he slam-dunked the Milwaukee Bucks.
Detlef on a reverse slam. Show it to him, Detlef.
Moments later, he did just that. Back at home, he displayed a softer touch.
Schrempf on a drive, throws it in. Nice shot by Schrempf.
Detlef took his hot hand into our marquee matchup between Indiana and the defending champion Chicago Bulls. Michael and company were ready and waiting against a Pacer team that needed this one badly in its battle for a playoff position. But Chicago took the back door and racing out to the early lead. With Jordan making it look easy, the Bulls grabbed a commanding 10-point lead midway through the first quarter. And Chicago poured it on as they looked to score an early knockout.
Lead for Pippen and a poster tie. Yes, sir.
But super sub Detlef Schrempf came off the bench to help Indiana climb off the ropes.
Nice play by Detlef Schrempf into person for the layup. Here's Michael Williams to Dale Davis. Davis to finish it. Oh, the Pacers on the run now. Oh, boy, the Bulls just shooting bricks up. Nothing coming easy for the Bulls. So the first half comes to a close with the Indiana Pacers leading.
Jordan had been held to only 4 points in the first half, but no one contains Michael for long. And in the third quarter, he simply took over the game, lifting the Bulls into the lead.
Michael Jordan, 17 for Jordan, who has really heated up with 13 in the third. A fine third quarter by the Bulls, and they have recaptured the lead by 6.
But Bob Hill rallied his team, and the stubborn Pacers mounted a fourth quarter comeback. With Schrempf scoring a game-high 25 points, Indiana refused to go away, and the Pacers were looking to take the lead.
Chicago lead is 4. Detlef Schrempf. Double team at Jordan and Grant. Gets it away to Davis. Pacers are back to within 2. Detlef Schrempf. Reggie Miller for 2. 1-point ball game.
But in the end, it was all Jordan.
Finds Reggie Miller. Blocked away. Out away. Saved by Jordan. Jordan with the block. And then the save, which was unbelievable.
You think that was unbelievable? Well, you haven't seen anything until you check out In Your Face. Oh!
Showtime. Watch out for the slam dunk. Reed has Kendall Gill.
Now, an inside look at some NBA announcers who played the game.
Jordan on the drive. All the way to the rack. Oh, powerhouse.
Out of back to one of the great feet.
Turned up. The mailman delivers.
Knocks it down. Oh, yeah. Big hoop. Big hoop.
I always kind of was a vociferous type of individual, both as a player and a coach, so I can speak out.
Oh, he was out of bounds. He was out of bounds.
Wanted to try to be unique, and I found that vocabulary was the key.
He leads the league in fouls. He has a proclivity for doing that, and you ain't taking advantage.
I love to do the game with enthusiasm. I think that's the way it should be done, and I was kind of a flamboyant player, fancy behind-the-back type, and I try to add a little color to the broadcast, too.
95, stock down the middle. Spin to the fenders, put it up in the air. Counted, he's fouled. Oh, my.
Hot Rod is a motor mouth, and he can really do it. He was like that. He was always pipping at the referees, and the same thing in his broadcasts.
It hasn't changed a bit. I have never seen a referee yet who was worth a darn. None of them are any good.
Oh, yeah. Referees are only wrong 50% of the time when they make a call against the Bulls.
I don't really get that upset with referees anymore.
Robert spins. Oh, get out of here. What a bad call. What a terrible call.
I think of the team as like my children, and there's some times that, you know, your children, you don't like them. You always love them, but sometimes you don't like them. Michael takes it back in, finds Purdue open. Well, you got to make that shot.
I catch myself being a fan and rooting for them, but I try to remain neutral, but it's kind of hard to do. I want the Jazz to win.
Down the side. They do. Stock's got it. He's got running room. Stockton, grab, hang it up. It's good. It's good. The Jazz win it. The Jazz win it. The most incredible finish I have ever seen in my life.
I'm a fan of the Chicago Bulls. I was their first coach. I'm a fan.
The Bulls win!
Though he never played the game, Johnny Most was a legendary announcer for the Boston Celtics.
Well, Johnny was an institution. He was up there by himself, smoking cigarettes, drinking coffee, and every time we got fouled, we were killed.
There is a violent knockdown by Lambert.
Of course I'm a homer. Of course I'm biased because it's the good guys and the bad guys, and we're the good guys.
This is a typical disgusting display.
But the Celtics' NBA opponents weren't the only teams that seemed foreign to Johnny.
Now quickly to the big guy, and now to the lefty. And he lost the ball, but it's picked up in there. Now to the little fella. Oh, boy, I'm having trouble with the name. Albertovich.
Most has been the voice of the Celtics since 1952, as much a part of the tradition as the parquet floor. Last year, Johnny hung up his mic, but his voice continues to echo in Boston.
He became so popular that they have contests, which is funny as could be, to watch people come in. Oh, this Johnny Most, and they're all imitating Johnny, you know.
And the rebound goes to Dennis Rodman after he pushed Robert Parrish into the second row. He's going to feed the Birds. Now he feeds Larry Bird in the corner for three. Bang!
You know, the people in Boston, you know, they love that. You know, that's Johnny Most. He's as much a part of the Celtic mystique as anyone.
Don't count us out yet, because we still have the top 10 plays of the week.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
In our courtside countdown, at number 10, sweet music for the Jazz's John Stockton.
1 second on the clock. Oh, it's it. John Stockton at the buzzer. What a play.
At the Palace, the case of the dueling buzzer beaters. Kendall Gill thinks he has the final word in the third quarter, but Detroit wasn't done yet.
Pistons lob it way up to Joe. Second left, right corner gunning. He got it. Another 2 buzzer beaters.
For number 8, we go to Houston, where the Rockets' Sleepy Floyd hits an eye-opener.
Sleepy on the drive is fouled and it goes. All right.
Our bevy of buzzer beaters continues with Portland's Jerome Kersey.
Kersey. Oh, he got it. It counts. Jerome Kersey.
Number 6, Milwaukee's Fred Roberts' first trip into the countdown didn't come without a fight.
They tip it in. Fred Roberts. He swung at the ball, went up in the air, and came on through.
T- in Minnesota as the Rockets find a new launching pad.
From half court, Avery
Johnson threw that alley-oop.
Our number 4 comes from Miami, where the Heat tell the Magic to go fly a kite.
Kite scoring!
And they do.
As I say, when you get bumped, you hear the whistle, throw it up towards the rim. You never know what's going to happen.
Back up north in Boston, a sneak attack by Sherm, the General Douglas. But Sherm's backcourt mate brings him to their feet at the Garden as he reaches into his bag of tricks.
Oh, Johnny! John Bagley just made it worth coming for everybody here at the Garden tonight.
And finally, Atlanta's Stacey Augmon shakes, fakes, and rakes in the top play of the week.
Authority puts it home. And Stacey Augmon making the crowd do some ooh and aye.
I'm Jim Fagan for NBA Action.
With a spinning 7-footer.
Peyton turns, hovers, scoops one up with a hook shot off glass up and in.
3-on-2 break with Bowles. Oh,